You're running the race of life, clocking hours, stacking up those dollars, and chasing success. It's the modern hustle, isn't it? You're working your tail off, aiming for that next promotion, that bigger house, or just enough to keep the bills at bay and maintain the lifestyle you've committed to. But pause for a moment. When was the last time you just stopped to enjoy the fruits of your hard labor? Consider this. Life isn't just about the grind. It's also about moments of joy and peace. Remember that Bible verse, Matthew 6:34? Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. It's telling you to focus on today, not just on what's coming next. Let's talk about two groups of people commonly seen nowadays. The first group is just like you, maybe. They're the hard workers who are doing everything right financially, but somehow feel stuck. They work endless hours, and yet, at the end of the day, they feel like they haven't moved an inch. Life becomes a constant cycle of earning and spending with little time left to actually live. Then there's the second group, those who've actually made it big. They've got the wealth and the means to live comfortably. But guess what? They're also trapped. Trapped by the fear that it's never enough. They keep pushing harder, driven by a need to prove something or maintain a status. The book of Ecclesiastes 5, verse 10 hits the nail on the head. Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. Now, let me share a personal story. Last year, a family member of mine, just 39, passed away suddenly. Same age as many of us, hustling day in and day out. It was a stark reminder of life's unpredictability. All those years accumulating stuff, and in one day, it's all left behind. What does it all mean then? It means that while it's important to plan and prepare for the future, you shouldn't lose sight of today. Don't miss out on life itself. Work, save, and be wise with your resources, but don't forget to live. As 1 Timothy 6:17 advises, command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Take a breath. Look around and find something today that makes you smile, that makes you feel alive. Because in the end, life is about finding that balance, enjoying the journey, and not just the destination. Someone shared a story with me once that stuck in my mind like a leaf caught in a stream. They had just lost their cousin, a vibrant soul, barely in his 40s. He had been fine one day, and the next, he was gone. Heartbreaking, right? After his sudden departure, his family had to scramble to handle his affairs, which he'd left in no particular order. The cousin had been a free spirit, living each day as it came, but he hadn't prepared for the end. This left those who loved him not only grieving, but also struggling to pick up the pieces. This story, though tragic, opens up a much-needed conversation about how we live our lives. It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind, isn't it? You wake up, go to work, come back, and repeat. But in this cycle, where are the moments that truly matter? The moments that make you feel alive? It's important to ask yourself, are you truly enjoying your life? Or are you just passing through it, ticking days off a calendar until you don't know where the time has gone? You might be thinking you've got plenty of time left, But if the stories I've shared teach us anything, it's that nothing is guaranteed. The Bible reminds us in James 4:14, "Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring." What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. This isn't to scare you, but to spur you into action. To live, really live in a way that makes each day count. Now, let's face it, you need money to live. Saving and investing are necessary, and being a good steward of your finances is wise. But when these efforts start to eclipse everything else, when all you do is work, it's time to pause and reflect. Is your job giving you joy? Is it adding value to your life? Or is it just filling your bank account while draining your spirit? Challenging yourself to find balance isn't just about cutting down hours at work. It's about enhancing the quality of the hours you spend living. It's about finding joy in small things. Maybe picking up a hobby you've always wanted to try, or spending more time with loved ones. It's also about making sure you're prepared for the unexpected. Have you got things in order so that if something happens to you, your loved ones aren't left in chaos? It's not just about making a will, but also about having important conversations with those close to you. Life's too short to spend it in perpetual preparation for a future that isn't promised. Yes, plan for the future, but don't let those plans stop you from enjoying today. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verses 12 to 13 says, "I perceived that there is nothing better for them than to be joyful and to do good as long as they live. Also, that everyone should eat and drink and take pleasure in all his toil. This is God's gift to man." Take a step back and look at your life. What brings you joy? What makes you feel connected and alive? Whatever it is, do more of that, because every second you're not is a tick, 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 tick on a clock you can't rewind. Remember, this isn't just about making a life. It's about living a life. Make sure you're doing both and doing them well. Several years ago, I realized something crucial about the way my wife, my children, and I were living our lives. We were all caught up in the hustle of daily responsibilities, always planning for the someday, but never really living in the today. Seeing this, I decided it was time for a change, a shift towards making each day count. It started with small traditions. Every Sunday, we began to have what we called our adventure day. It wasn't anything extravagant. Sometimes it was just a picnic in the park or a visit to a local museum. But it was our time to be together, to laugh and explore as a family. These are the moments that started to brighten our routine lives, giving us all something to look forward to. I've passed this lesson on to my grandchildren too. I've taught them the importance of finding joy in the simple things, of making time to make memories. It's a value I hope they carry into adulthood, knowing that no matter how busy life gets, taking time to enjoy it is crucial. Reflecting on these changes, I encourage you to look at your own life. How often do you break away from your routines to genuinely relish moments with your loved ones? Life is incredibly fleeting, and it's important not to let it slip by while waiting for the perfect moment or opportunity. Consider this. Might there be a way to shift some of your current responsibilities to make more room for joy? It doesn't mean neglecting your duties, but balancing them with the genuine pleasures of life. My family found a way to do it. Yours can too. So, as you think about your day-to-day life, Ask yourself if you're truly living or just existing. Let's make our time count, filling it with as much laughter and love as we can. That's the legacy I want to leave for my children and grandchildren, the courage to prioritize happiness amidst the hustle of life.